Hey guys, what's going on? Justin Massa, Nintendo Dads. I was at Gamescom this weekend and had an opportunity to play Diablo III in handheld, and I thought I'd provide for you guys a couple snippets of my thoughts. So my experience was about 15 minutes long in the Diablo 3 again, playing it in handheld. So I would say this, I've never played Diablo 3 before. Here are my observations of first time on the Nintendo Switch. Now they gave me a character who was like had leveled up and experience, was very powerful, which was awesome. So they kind of threw you in. So it wasn't like here's a tutorial. It's like you've already got your gear, just go. It ran really smooth on the Switch, and I kind of, I guess, expected it to be laggy or frames rates popping in and out, but it actually ran really smooth. So that was quite impressive. Relatively easy to control. I didn't feel like it was too challenging. You know, I could figure out what I needed to do. Relatively, like, it was, the graphics were good. Like, there was nothing, that majorly stood out for me from a gameplay, graphics perspective. What I would say is the following. Definitely not, like, my kind of game. It was okay, but it didn't really like, wow, I definitely have to purchase this game. It was a ton of fun. A couple things that I thought was really weird. The camera felt locked. So there were some spots where I was walking down and I really actually couldn't see my character, so I couldn't even see there was an enemy there. So that was a bit odd, just the way that was positioned. I felt at times I needed to like use the right analog and try and like whip the camera around to kind of see where I was at. And I couldn't do that, so that was very odd. Maybe I'm getting old. It's possible. But playing it in the handheld was really hard. Because there's a lot going on the screen, and the way that the scene is set, there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of action going on. It felt really compact. And it felt like you were losing something. I felt like after the experience, I just felt like my eyes had really worked a lot harder than it should have. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's great you can play Diablo 3 in the handheld. Probably not where you really, like, there are some games I think, but when you play it, like, that would probably be better on the big television, right? Docked, boom, that's great. I think Diablo 3 is that kind of game. I think if you want to have it in handheld, like maybe in short little bursts, you're fine. But I just found like I was really kind of trying to really look for what was going on. I was a little bit confused at times. So yeah, that was my experience with Diablo 3. Not my cup of tea for a game. Like, I won't pick it up. I was never really interested in Diablo. But I think for those who are excited for, like I know Zach Erickson is, I think it's gonna be a great game. I think you're gonna enjoy playing it. I think if you have a history with it, it's got a lot of content in it. It's got the Nintendo additional content in it so as well. So I think if you're hyped for it, awesome. I think you're gonna be happy with it. From a running perspective, from a gameplay perspective, it worked really well. I saw some people in the area that I was at. They were doing 4-player kind of local battles together, and it seemed to work really smoothly as well. So, guys, that's Diablo 3 from Gamescom 2018. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.